are now tuned in to the Insomniacs podcast. You are now tuned in to the Insomniacs podcast. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Insomniacs podcast. I'm your host, Nova. Let's get into it. First and foremost, let's introduce our panel members. We got C $.
Yeah, what's up?
We got Cool Hand Cruz. I said we have Cool Hand Cruz.
Yo. Sorry, I had a little bit of a mic hiccup.
Mic check. We got iTrip. What up, iTrip?
What's good?
All right, let's get into it. We got a lot of topics today. Before we get into it, Cool Hand, do your thing.
Yo, so given how we didn't, do the episode last week, we missed a couple things, man. Quick recap: last week was the anniversary of this past week, Final Fantasy VII for PS1. Also, the anniversary for the Dreamcast and the PS1. And yesterday was PlayStation's 25th anniversary. Now, getting right into it, man. This week, just a week for PC only, man. With two really cool release dates coming up in the week. Bullets Per Minute coming out for PC September 15th. Also, Medieval Dynasty also coming out for just PC September 17th. And that's it for the notable games.
All right, cool. So let's talk about the big topic. So, as we all know, we recently got the announcement of the long-awaited Series S. I mean, it's the worst kept secret in gaming history. We've known about this thing for over a year now, and people have speculated for a while that it'd be within this price range. So, now it's official. It rightfully sits its place next to the Xbox Series X, and it's part of Microsoft's strategy going forward. As some of you might know, PlayStation is going with one spec. So when you buy a PlayStation 5, whether it's this version or without, you're getting the same internal specs. Trip, what's your opinion? Being your Xbox guy, what's your opinion on the Series X and the Series S? I'm sorry.
So personally, for me, it's not the worst thing ever, but as an Xbox gamer in a whole, it's not the greatest thing ever either.
Why do you say that?
Well, because everything is going to be bottlenecked to it now, for the most part. I mean, I've noticed with the Xbox One X and the old Xbox, the current one, you notice the difference for One X enhanced games. I'm still holding out, hoping that that's going to still be the case, because I have every intention of only getting the X, but we will see.
Yeah, and we'll definitely get into the bottleneck conversation and what some people have to say about that later. But yeah, anyone else chime in?
Yeah, so I can't speak from a developer standpoint because I'm not a developer, but I can see where there is going to be difficulties to optimize games, for both systems. They're going to have to primarily focus on one, and they're going to, as opposed to the other. Am I correct?
Yeah, definitely. And again, we're going to get into that a little bit more about the Series S bottlenecking, the Series X, and it's been a conversation for a while now.
Yeah, but
sorry. I kind of like the Series S, like as like a secondary like console you can have at home, like for $300. I can have something where I can like play Minecraft with ray tracing. Hopefully they make like a Minecraft edition of it, but that'd be pretty dope. I like it.
Yeah, I mean it's good for the cost, right? Because we're talking about affordability, which is basically one of the main marketing points for this system. I could see it. It's not bad at all. But as far as specs goes, like we're not the casual consumer here. You know what I mean? So for me, it's more focus driven on, okay, well, this is a weaker system compared to the main console, the Series X. And, for me, if you're looking at competition between the PS5 and these systems, they're marginal. And this system is the weaker system. It's the cheaper system. It's a system that's going to hinder it when it comes to, gameplay, as far as, optimizing the graphics for the next generation. And I think those things that hinders it.
It's still a next generation system. I mean, it's running on RDNA 2 architecture. It's still good, and I think Christian brought up a good point. I mean, for a secondary console, me being a primarily PlayStation gamer, Switch thrown in there.
And I agree completely.
If that goes on sale for $200 and I got an extra 200, laying around, I might go ahead and just say, fuck it. I can play Halo now, at a low cost of entry. But yeah, I mean, ideally, I'd like to get the Series X. I'd want to take advantage. If I wasn't to dip into Xbox land, I would, the best available.
No,
Absolutely.
I'd probably get S over an X personally.
Really, yeah, and I'm sure a lot of people are. I mean, the S is going to sell the most. Let's be honest here.
Yeah, it's cheaper.
This is definitely pushing for like a new thing in gaming. Well, not a new game, but a game.
Yeah, it's like the same price as the Switch.
Well, it's pushing forward a change we knew that was coming all along, right? So most people are going to buy the Series S, and it's discless. So, this might paint a picture of what we're going, towards that discless future where we don't need Blu-rays, we don't need disc at all, which goes into another conversation about game ownership and all that, but that's another conversation entirely. But I find that really interesting, and Sony too. And I feel like Microsoft has pushed them to a point where they had to come out with a discless console, and it was just where the technology is going.
Yeah, soon it's not going to be it's not going to be a matter of hard copy games. It's going to be a matter of just a digital library at that point.
Yeah, I mean we're almost there.
And I mean, it's only going to be like for hardcore gamers, even like yourself. We've had these conversations on the side where you say, you still get the hard copies mainly because, you get the special editions of games, things that come with an accessory or some sort of bust or figure, something that comes with it. Yeah.
I mean, I love all my steel bookcases. I was just showing you guys on Discord the other day. I got MGS 5. Kingdom Hearts 3 and Final Fantasy 15, which is my favorite. But yeah, I mean, there's something cool about spending an extra $20 and getting a nice collector's case on release date, and picking up a collector's edition that comes with something. I mean, me personally, I got like I said, the Metal Gear 5 collector's edition. I got the Grand Theft Auto 5 collector's edition for PS3, and it came with this San Andreas fitted. It was really dope. What about you guys? Have you guys ever got like collector's edition?
Yeah, collector's edition of one of the Arkham series. I think it was Arkham Asylum, where it came with like a Batarang, and then also the Tekken 7 special edition, where it came with like a really cool bust of like Kazuya and Heihachi, like mid kick and mid punch.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a Destiny 2 collector's edition set. It had like some Cabal stuff with like some like dice pieces. And I got like the collector's edition like guides for MGS5 where it came with that big map of Afghanistan.
Yeah, that was sick.
Oh, bro, that's dope.
Wait, you got the collector's edition too?
The guide.
Oh yeah.
The guide comes with the map.
The same one I got, right? The hard cover?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool.
I mean, you need it for those missions.
Definitely. What about you, Chip? Any collector's editions you ever picked up?
Halo 3 is I think the only one I went above and beyond. That was back when I was broke. That was just a must at the time. I wanted the metal case, and it came with some lore, which is pretty dope.
Yeah, I mean that's what we do as gamers. Like we will invest, fucking $200, $100 into something that's like worth a lot. I mean, we've seen like crazy ass collector's editions that have gone for like insane amounts of money in the past. So
crazy amounts.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, let's bring it back to the Series X and the S pricing. They came out with a picture today. It's going all over social media of the prices neck to neck. So like Microsoft finally put all their cards on the table, and they're showing that we're getting to it. We want to beat Sony to the punch, and they certainly have. I mean, the spec sheets are up. 300 and 500 are the price points. So before we talk about like how what that may relate to for what Sony may come out with, like again, like let's talk about price here. Like,
oh, I did not see the price coming. I'll tell you that right now. I thought the price was gonna be a difference of maybe $50 at most. I did not expect a whole $100 difference. $399 as opposed to the $500. That's crazy.
I thought $350. Remember when we were doing our predictions?
That's true. Yeah. But I was taken aback. I didn't see it coming, and I'll say this: good on Microsoft. That was a very beautiful play they did. A nice little sneak, quarterback sneak into the end zone with beautiful touchdown on PlayStation's 25th anniversary. At that, man, I don't care if it was a leak. The fact that it happened that day, it was just beautiful.
Yeah,
that's crazy. And if that's all I can say about that. That was beautiful. And since we didn't get anything from Sony yesterday or today, I can only assume that they're focusing on pivoting their price points, to try and match them or do something coming close to it, because that's a very appealing price point. $399 as opposed to the $500. Oh man, that's crazy.
Are you saying for PlayStation or for?
Oh, I'm saying
$399.
Oh yeah. Because Microsoft, right? Microsoft's unit is going to be $400, right? The Series S.
No, it's $300.
No, it's $399, bro.
Okay. Sorry.
The talking points.
It's $200 cheaper.
Yeah, $200 cheaper than the main. It's okay, sorry. So, which is crazier, $200 cheaper than the main console. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. That is a crazy selling point, and the fact that that was dropped on PlayStation's 25th anniversary is even more of a beautiful dig. A knife dug deeper. Beautiful quarterback sneak. Once again, with that analogy, man.
Oh man. All right. So
no choice to pivot.
I want to hear your thoughts on that. I mean, we got we talked about it a little bit before, but let's talk about what this price difference means. I mean, to me, it means you got something for your hardcore enthusiast gamers, and you got something that's more entry level. To get in that ecosystem.
Exactly. So with me now, just hearing what you guys take on it, kind of made me think about a few things. Like the $300 one's absolutely going to sell way more. I think that's so much so that they might even have to drop the X price just to get people to start copping that. Because now that I think about it, yeah, a majority of the people are going to be getting the S, and that's gonna hurt the X sales. And they're like, well, I can see that going down a quick $50 within 2-3 months.
Especially depending on how sales figures turn out versus the PS5. Like,
oh, absolutely,
yeah, they're gonna be competitive. I mean, shit, if both high end consoles are 500, like whoever just even drops it for $50, like that's gonna make a difference for sure.
Oh, the world of difference, absolutely.
Did you see that price point coming?
I think
would I say 550?
But what's the specs of it? Like the Series S, like it makes sense, right? Like it's
true.
The GPU is significantly like less powerful. It's like what, a third of the performance of the Series X. It has less RAM. It's not the top tier flagship next gen console. So it's priced, I would say, pretty appropriately once you look at the specs. You know, it has no disk drive, which usually costs like $40 to manufacture. So I think it makes sense. That's $300. That's like a fair price for what you're getting.
Yeah. Another interesting topic that I've been seeing floating around today that is not really one of our talking points, but how does this compare to the current Xbox One X? And I think that's what a lot of people are going to be looking at when it comes to this Series S, especially during launch. You know, a lot of these systems are going to be sold out initially. So, you know, for the people who get their hands on it first and are comparing, you know, performance versus the One X, I think that's going to be pretty interesting because, you know, from what we know, the current Xbox One X is, you know, 6 T-flops, 6.2 T-flops, but it's running on an older architecture, RDNA 1, AMD's RDNA 1 architecture. So with RDNA 2, apparently like the whole entire, you know, design has been so overhauled that even though the Series S runs at a lower teraflop, apparently it's better just because it's more efficient. Whatever. Engineer talk. But yeah, I mean, I think that will be interesting because, like, you know, is it more worth for me getting a One X on the low, you know, or a Series S?
Hey, mate, James, subscribe to the channel.
Yo, shout out.
Shout out you. Appreciate it.
All right, so
any other takes on the pricing, on what we think on that?
I mean, I was surprised. I mean, but given C Dollar Sign's explanation on it, you know, it makes more sense now. It just, sickle and dagger on that one, man. It just came out of nowhere.
As you've been saying, Cool Hand. Yeah. Next topic, I want to talk about Sony's 25th anniversary. It's going on right now, actually. And I have to tell you, the hype for the last 2 days that we were going to hear something from Sony, it's just been crazy. I mean, all these so-called insiders on Twitter, you know, everyone just saying, like, okay, it's this week. Because, you know, we have to remember, I believe the 22nd of September is when you can actually start pre-ordering the next generation Xbox consoles. So we don't have a price. They can't put out a pre-order before they have a price for it. So, like, everyone's just like, you know, what the fuck? Like Cool Hand was saying earlier, Xbox came and just trampled on their 25th anniversary. No one was talking about Sony's anniversary today. Everyone was talking about the Series S and all that comes with that. You know, that they totally stole Sony's thunder. But still, happy birthday to PlayStation.
Yeah, it was kind of wild. Like, Sony and PlayStation was trending on Twitter, like all day, and everyone's like, okay, so when's it gonna drop? When's the price gonna drop? Like, I think like DualShockers, they came out like real bold saying, you know, September 9th we're gonna get a price, and then September 9th came and left, and they even tweeted like, hey, PlayStation, you're making us look bad, because like a ton of people said that was gonna happen yesterday, but it didn't.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, we've known about the September 9th since what, like at least 2 weeks, right? We've been hearing rumbles about something happening.
Yeah, even if it was in regards to like what VR 2.0, just something like that's what we're thinking about, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they necessarily said next generation of VR, but they definitely said VR related something. And we got that game, but that barely hit. You know, it looks cool, but
yeah, I think they have like a sale in the PlayStation Store right now.
Mm-hmm.
But that's like pretty underwhelming, I would say.
Yeah, and in terms of like what people are expecting in terms of news right now at this moment, you know, we're less than 60 days, or we're about 60 days at least from the Xbox release. So yeah, tensions are high in the gaming community right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think Xbox unexpected leak, and I'm using that loosely because I think this was something pre-planned. and this was something strategized because it came out of nowhere. And the fact that it came at the time that it came, makes me think even more so that's the case. With that, I think being said, I think it made PlayStation pivot, and I think this one was just a punch that they didn't see coming. And as the saying goes, the ones you don't see always hurt the most. So I think right now they're in the corner and they're talking with their coaches and they're trying to see what they're going to do when the next bell rings, because now it's time. Now it's fight time at this point.
I halfway agree with you. So I feel that Sony, I mean, they've been playing chicken this whole time, right? They've been waiting to see who would drop the price first. So at this point, Microsoft knows, hey, we're less than 2 months, or we're about 2 months from launch. Let's just do it at this point. We have a super aggressive price point on both sides, I would say. These consoles aren't cheap to make,
right?
Especially not the Series X.
I feel like they're both taking a hit.
Yeah. Oh no, they're both definitely. And to your point, Cool Hand, the fact that Sony has, didn't say anything during their anniversary, is leading a lot of people to believe that, well, with, the Microsoft news, the Xbox news, Sony's like, we need to sound the alarms at Sony HQ right now.
Mm-hmm.
We need to, start looking at this price point. Because, again, like I said earlier, Microsoft has effectively put all their cards on the table.
Yeah, and now it's really balls in Sony's court. Like, how are they going to respond to that?
And I think we all know that there's not like another game reveal that Microsoft is going to pull out of their ass to kind of cushion the bump they got from Halo. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, there's rumors that Sony's been looking for new studio acquisitions. There's there's multiple sources saying that there's an unannounced game, and it's supposed to be, it's supposed to hit the nostalgia strings. So like, yeah, we don't know. Sony definitely hasn't shown everything, and outside of pricing, and the conversation will be, I think, how Sony approaches pricing and whether they are, at a $399 price point at the low end. Because I feel like as consumers, if you see that $399, yeah. If you see that $4, you're like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you. That's what I'm saying. It makes a difference. Especially if you're considering everything that comes along with it, right? Not just the difference in price, right? But you're also considering the climate, also economically. You're thinking about, okay, we're in the middle of a pandemic. A new system is dropping. Obviously, people want it. Supply and demand. It's something that drives us, right? Drives this economy. Point blank. Period. And the fact that, okay, hey, we have a next generation console at a $300 price point. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean it's considered a next generation
exactly
console. It's
but
apparently
not all the way, right? Like it's not a 4K console. No. It's 1440p.
Yeah,
at 60 FPS.
I'm glad you brought that up.
But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go to C-Dogs.
I mean, I didn't have anything else more to say, but I can't say like the so the thing about 1440p, the PS4 Pro also shoots at 1440p, but it uses checkerboard upscaling to go up to 4K. So maybe the Series S does that, but it's not doing 4K. It's probably doing the same trick that the PS4 Pro is doing.
Okay, but if we're talking about if we separate the casuals from the hardcore, right? The casual gamer, the casual consumer, they're really not looking into those kind of things. They hear new next generation, and that's enough to kind of sell them on that.
Cheap, yeah.
New next generation, 300, boom. Yeah. That's a sale.
They're still getting an SSD. They're still getting. It's not like this. Maybe graphically, it's not as impressive as we'd want, but yeah, I mean it still loads games extremely fast, just like the One X. So I mean it for the casual, this system will be more than enough, and I think it's going to sell like crazy too.
Mm-hmm.
Trip, what are you expecting next holiday season? Console's been out for a year. Where do you see that Series S price at?
Ooh, I could see it going down to It's already low, but I guess So about a year in, you're gonna have games that are gonna be more testing the console's capabilities. So you're gonna see a drop in price. Maybe a black. I'll chuck it up to a Black Friday sale, going down a maximum of 75.
75 to 25. Yeah, that's. I would say that.
I just can't say 100. That's just $200 for. I mean, it's lower specs, but a next gen console at 200. I just don't see that.
I don't see it going down. I think they're going to kind of do it how like they do it with the Switch, right? It's just going to be the constant price. They might keep it the constant price, but add like a bundle with it. Maybe tack on an extra $50 for accessories that are maybe worth $100 or $150.
Okay,
I could see them doing that.
Yeah, the bundle. Yeah, that makes more sense.
I could see them more bundling it and then make the appealing a little higher, but not so much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something I also wanted to talk about is like, guys, if we compare how Microsoft is coming in to this next generation compared to how they came in to the current one, it's insane. I mean, it's completely different. We don't even have to go into how they fumbled the Xbox One launch and how that, did some irreparable brand damage for Microsoft. But I mean, this generation, they're coming out swinging. You have, the X and the S, and then Game Pass. Game Pass is their what they want to sell you on the system. You buy the Xbox, One S or One X day one. You might not have, disposable income to just buy another $60 or now $70 game. So what can you do? You get Game Pass for $10, and you could just start downloading a huge library. And actually, I want to use this into a segue into our next topic. EA Play on Game Pass.
Oh man.
Oh yeah.
I'll tell you this right now, this has been a big week for Microsoft. That was if the pricing and the release, or the quote unquote leak of the pricing and the release for their systems and that Series S, if that wasn't a 1-2 punch, this one right here was like, that was the uppercut. You know what I mean? That was the one to the gut right there, like that. And that's good, and at no extra cost either, mind you.
Yeah, I mean, albeit that they might not be the most recent games immediately. Still, it is an added value. You're not paying any extra money for Game Pass, and now you're getting, more games. That's, as a gamer, that's amazing. That's awesome. I know our man CC who couldn't make it today. He would, I'm sure he's psyched about that.
Yeah, I feel like it's Xbox like making amends for last generation. Like last 100%. Generation, they're all like DRM. You gotta be connected to your Xbox every single day, or else your games don't work. And this time, they're just like super pro consumer. It's like, here's EA Play, no extra cost, because we love you.
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't have said it any better. Trip, what's your thoughts on EA Play getting added to Game Pass? I know you have Game Pass, so.
Oh yeah, I'm fucking psyched. Oh my god, I haven't had a Madden shit. Oh my god, when was the last time the last Madden I owned was Madden 2004.
Wait, was that Michael Vick on the cover?
Michael Vick, yep, Michael Vick was on the cover.
I had that one too.
Steelers still had Plaxico Burress before he went full diva, and we had to kick his ass out. Man, Ray Lewis was still. The next year was Ray Lewis on the cover, and that's when they introduced the hit stick.
Oh yeah,
oh man. So yeah, I'm excited to see how Madden's come along, how FIFA's come along.
Oh dude, it's crazy. But
oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna this is like a small little victory lap for you, huh? This week.
Oh my god, yeah. And I didn't have to spend shit.
That's what I'm saying. I'm surprised you haven't. I'm surprised you haven't shit as much as I've expected you to.
I don't need to. It just sounds so nice hearing you guys say all these amazing things about Xbox. It's like, well, it looks like they're finally coming around. So I'll let them. Let them shit spread the love. I love it.
Biased. I gotta be unbiased.
I appreciate you.
We're all gamers at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And
exactly.
On this podcast, it's like we can all have our differences of opinions or difference of what we
preference.
Our platform of choice, but we're all gamers. We're gonna call it out whether if Microsoft's doing good or Sony's doing good, Nintendo, great. If they're doing bad, we're gonna call them out. So
listen. It's still PlayStation do or die around here. That ain't changed. Ain't nothing changed. Nothing's changed. We just waiting. All right, enjoy every blind squirrel finds a nut. Right? Enjoy it.
Oh yeah, this is nice.
You get your one. That's your one.
Console wars thing. It's fun, but it's at the end of the day, it's all fun and games. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
exactly. At the end of the day, it really is just games.
Yeah.
We got the better ones. Never forget.
At one point,
debatable, but
we're over here talking PlayStation, Xbox. Nintendo's over there in the corner, minding their own business. Meanwhile, 20 years ago. 2020. What was it? It was PlayStation, kind of like murking Dreamcast at that point 20 years ago.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I love the Dreamcast.
Dreamcast is fire.
Favorite systems. I mean, it was so. First of all, the memory card was like its own little Tamagotchi thing, which interacted with the games. I don't know if any of you guys played Sonic Adventure.
I never owned it.
Yeah. Where you can have your little chows and battle them and race them? Yeah.
Yes.
I played the living shit out of that.
I never owned a Dreamcast, so I couldn't tell you. I missed out on that.
I recopped that game for GameCube. God damn, that was a great game.
Oh, man, I need that. I need to play Sonic Adventure again.
Sonic Adventure 2, they had Shadow, and they introduced Shadow, bro. What?
Sonic Adventure 2 Battle was vicious.
Right.
The music in Sonic Adventure 2 was also really good.
Oh my god, yes.
Yes. Amazing memory. See, we could all get together as gamers. We all have shared.
I miss original soundtracks when it comes to games, like really good ones. Like with just like cheesy lyrics behind it.
You want to hear a good soundtrack? Check out any of the Metal Gear series. Well, primarily 2, 3, 4, even 5. I mean, 5 has like licensed music, which is even cooler. You can be, flying into the field playing some like 80s music.
True.
Yeah, I love the sneaking music in MGS3.
Yeah, it's sick.
And 2.
2, yeah, I'm saying don't sleep on 2. People be forgetting about MGS like Kojima don't. People, you know what? I'm gonna say it right now.
Go ahead. Get your energy up. Let's see.
We do not tolerate Kojima slander. I'm saying it right now. I do not. I will go at your neck if you're talking wreck about Kojima. I've seen this dude live at E3. I was like a little kid when I saw him. I was like, oh my god, Kojima was right in front of me.
No Kojima
talking to Jordan Voight Robert. You know what I'm saying? It was, and the director of Skull Island, and the Metal Gear movie. That's I think still in the works. They haven't canceled it. But yeah.
Well, no movies are in the works right now. We're not many.
I always get scared when they talk about when they make a movie rendition of a video game because it never pans out. It never pans out. Never.
I mean, how about Uncharted with Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg?
You haven't even seen it. It's not even out.
Yeah, but that movie has promise.
What? Okay. What? Yeah, I get that. Right. I'm all for it. Don't get me wrong, but what game that turned into a movie was good? And if you say Mortal Kombat, I swear to God, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Definitely not saying Resident Evil.
Resident Evil was fire movie, but I wouldn't say it. I don't know. That after a while, it just got It was just nonsense.
The movie compared to the game.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't do it justice.
No.
Okay.
Never. Usually never. I can't think of one.
Street Fighter garbage. Mortal Kombat garbage.
The movie I feel like almost hurt the game, so they had to make the game nastier for Mortal Kombat. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I only reason I enjoyed the movie is from being a Mortal Kombat fanboy.
Let us never forget.
How about Detective Pikachu? That wasn't that bad.
Well, technically, it's an anime. It's not a game.
I actually haven't seen that movie.
Don't waste your time.
Shit, the original Pokemon 2000 was fire.
Oh, let's
Oh my God.
hold on. That's an animated.
You want to talk Pokemon 2000?
We're talking live action.
When I was a kid, I won a contest from WB Kids, from local station. No, for free tickets there. I got free tickets, and I got that fake Mew holographic card, and I was so psyched until I found out that it was. They're like, yeah, that's just promo material. It's not a real card.
Oh wow!
But let's bring it back, guys.
Hold on. Before we bring it back, let's never forget the botch that was the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Oh my God! I forgot about that.
I just need to throw that in there, and then the argument is done.
So, moving on from EA Play on Game Pass. So Austin Evans, one of the biggest tech YouTubers. I don't particularly watch him, but hey, I watch some of his videos. Let's run the tape. See Dala.
All right, let's run it.
That's my next point on why I just don't I don't think this is going to be for most people, is because there's a lot of developers who won't take advantage of the hardware in here. They're gonna, because it's cheaper for the developer to develop it for the baseline of the lowest common denominator. They're not gonna make a game that can't run on the Series S, right, but can run on the X.
Wait, hang on. Are you trying to argue that the Series S is going to hold the next generation of consoles back because this is now the lowest common denominator?
Yes.
Interesting. As a developer, and I'm certainly not a developer, but I think from a developer point of view, a game that will run on S should run on X and should have the ability to sort of push those higher settings and frame rates and resolution, but that same game will still run. This still has 10 gigs of RAM, which yes, is less, but generally speaking, when you think about the lower resolution like that, it actually does kind of scale. I agree that this will hold things back to a degree, and this is certainly the least powerful of the next generation consoles that we'll have for the next 6, 7, 8 years.
All right, so we all had the liberty of watching the video and having our opinions on it. I know we were talking about it earlier that how the Series S, being the weaker hardware, at least of the new generation, it's definitely the lowest common denominator. 10 gigs of RAM, which we'll be showing you in a bit. How some people are saying, some developers are saying that it's bottlenecking performance and it's just gonna drag down the Series X. This is definitely something I wanted to talk about. To start off, C Dollar, you're a developer. I know you have some insight on this.
Yeah, so I feel like that issue where it's bottlenecked by the lowest common denominator really only affects first-party games, right? Because if you're a third-party publisher, you're making games for PC, Xbox, PS4, and the fact that your game has to scale up and down, that's common for a third-party developer that's making multi-platform games. But definitely, as for a first-party developer where you're making games specifically for the Xbox, that is definitely gonna hurt you creativity-wise. We've seen Ratchet and Clank where there's a whole mechanic where you're just going in different worlds and stuff, and that's something you can't do on Xbox because you still have to support the Xbox One, which is still playing on hard drives, and you can't do those crazy tricks on it.
Yeah, and let us remind you, there will be 2 years of support for last gen on the Xbox side, whereas PlayStation is they're cutting us off. Sorry, you want new games, you got to buy this box. Plain and simple. Because the games we're making for this particular console can't run on those. The hardware isn't good enough. They've designed games, or we're designing games that can only take advantage of, next gen hardware, such as extremely fast SSDs. These custom GPUs are doing so. Yeah, it's interesting time we're in for sure. Even to see what we're so close to launch. Very soon, within the next 90 days, we will see back-to-back comparison videos between the PS5 and the Xbox One X on Digital Foundry.
Yeah, there's even like there's also one big example when it comes to like a game like FIFA 21, right, which is coming out, for PS4, but it's also going to be coming out for the PS5 and the next generation Xbox when it comes out. And they announced that you won't be able to play cross generations, cross console generations. So if you're on PS4, you're SOL at that point. You
cross play for the last generation?
Cross-gen, yeah.
Yeah, so there won't be any cross-generation play. Like PS5.
Call of Duty Cold War will have it.
No, I'm just saying, for example, a game like FIFA, you know what I mean? That's just gonna be like, I'm just giving more to the example of like, hey, PS5 is driving toward the future. They're not looking back. They're looking forward.
Very true. Very true. We're Microsoft's definitely trying to go for more of a consumer friendly approach. We want to support people. They have a goal of, in my opinion, overly ambitious goal of 2 billion gamers, said by Phil Spencer, the head of Xbox.
Fuck at it.
Hey, pretty much.
The Sith Lord.
Yeah, I mean, hey, his approach is working in the sense of definitely making Microsoft a lot of money, but I've followed a lot of people who switch from Xbox to PlayStation this generation, especially within the last 3 years, because they just got fed up.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, Phil Spencer's definitely helping Microsoft's bottom dollar, and for all we know, it could be from Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft. We don't know, the ins and outs, but he's doing what he has to do. The issue, in my opinion, with Xbox is the first party games. That's it. Like if Xbox, I know they have the strongest, but it's like if they had a bunch of games that were taking advantage of that power, I would have definitely bought an Xbox by now. I would have bought a Series X maybe years ago. If there's content to support that, you know what I'm saying? But what keeps me on PlayStation and will always cement me is the games, the first party games, and just the experiences. It's crazy, to be honest. Especially coming from PS1, PS2, PS3. Like nowadays, I feel like the games are better than ever.
Mm-hmm. Now, Trip, I actually have a question for you.
Yeah.
So given the grand spec difference and given Christian's explanation as opposed to a developer, I mean, my bad, C dollar signs explanation over.
Nah, go ahead.
Over a C dollar signs explanation about like bottlenecking for first party developers. How do you think this is going to affect Halo and in the long run when it comes to like when it actually comes out?
So with Halo, I think the reason that since they have the S, that's probably why the graphics weren't as great as everyone wanted it to be. But now, if you're asking me, you already know I give two shits. I am Halo all day, every day. That means not a goddamn thing. But for all the other gamers where these things are important, I feel like that's if they aren't able to pull it off like they did with the One X and the current and the original, to where playing the game is 100 times better on One X and actually playable compared to my first year. That's what I'm pretty much holding out for. That's what I need it to be, because that's pretty fucked to have the last gen console be almost as strong as your bottom tier next gen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Great point.
So, but then again, like I remember once I started seeing games on the Xbox store say Xbox One Enhanced, I shied away from those games just because I knew it wasn't going to be as fun for me. Like the only reason I don't play Destiny right now is because it takes 10 seconds to press the start menu for it to pop up, just because it's more geared for Xbox One X. So I'm hoping that that's the same case with these two Xboxes, because I am 100% getting the X. So that's my holdout for that. That's my take on that.
Okay.
And that was a great take. And same thing for Cool Hand. You know, I think what the reveal of Halo showed us, you know, is I'm less concerned with the Series S more than I'm concerned with the current generation, the Xbox One, you know, holding back this game. I wouldn't even be mad if they said, you know what, I'm sorry, the Xbox One is not available. You need at least a One X to play this game. And they wouldn't do that because you're basically splitting one generation in half. But, you know, where I thought Halo 5 was going to be compared to what I saw, you know, I think we all feel the same sentiment.
Yeah.
It's Halo, great, but it didn't knock your socks off like watching the trailer of Halo 3. Like, I remember the hype behind Halo 3 before it came.
Oh my god, yes.
Insane. It was like the last to compare it was like the end of Star Wars. Like, it was that tense, you know. Every news blog, every website back then, that's all they were talking about, you know. Speculation. And I remember being, you know, jealous as a PlayStation. I was like, damn, man, I kind of want to play Halo. And I'm happy I had the opportunity to actually play all. I had a friend who let me borrow his Xbox, and, you know, I ran through the whole series. But yeah, let's just hope that Halo, that, you know, they're with the delay that's happening right now, they'll put, you know, that TLC into Halo, and it'll be better than what we saw.
True.
Yeah, because that's you know, because when we're talking about bottlenecking, we're talking about their, you know, what's supposed to be, you know, their biggest AAA game coming out. You know, it begs the question, you know, what's going to be the problem when it releases? Because I feel like there are going to be issues upon its initial release, regardless. Just because it has to serve all these different systems, next generation and past generation.
Okay. Hey, Dollar$, can you play the graphic? We're looking at some developer tweets discussing, you know, the subject. If you can pull up the tweets by Dan Weiss.
Dan Weiss?
Whatever tweets you got up there. We got a couple of developers not too happy with this. Hold on.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, 1 second.
But yeah, I'm definitely hyped for Halo, regardless how it turns out.
I mean, I am too. It's like I said, it's a staple. It's a staple in gaming in general.
Yeah, exactly.
But how is the performance going to be for, you know, System A, System B, and System C? You get what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like, well, from what I've heard, there have been 2 different versions for current gen and next gen, and that's what kind of messed them up because you know, again, having that parity between both.
Exactly.
Might be something that you could only do on the Series X and S, but it's just not possible on the original Xbox One. You know?
Yeah, like.
And if you can't do that in the game, then you can't release the game with that feature.
Yeah.
All right, so we got some tweets up. Red Dragon posted some interesting tweets up of some developers who have some concerns over the Series S in terms of how it may affect first-party games or even games in general. I would say, yeah, definitely first-party games. Let me go ahead and read some of these for you guys. So we're looking at the ones. Okay. He says, at 10 gigs for the Xbox Series X, you're talking developers maybe having an extra gig of RAM for their projects over games running on the Xbox One at launch. for a system said to run at 1440 60 frames. This is fucking horrific. And at the end, and this is fucking horrific. And of everything, this is probably the worst problem. So now Microsoft is right back where they were this past generation. The base console is worse than Sony's. Their upper tier is better. However, last generation, that meant fuck because of sales. And what have they done to fix it? Nothing. So why support it well? So you have the Xbox base spec where you cut the shit down to make it simply run. You have the PS5 spec and you spend the most time on because it's a solid hardware, and a good place to support. Jeez, I mean he was kind of going off. Trip, I mean, it's what we were talking about before. But here's another tweet. So now you've got a marketing visuals only capable on Xbox has a huge asterisk that it's only on the expensive one. That didn't work on the Xbox One, and I sincerely doubt it'll work here. Sony can go looks the same no matter which PS5 and have a big plus. Thoughts, opinions.
I mean, he said it all. He said everything I need to hear right here. Because this is my argument. You know, victory lap over. Trip. It's done.
Yeah. Yeah, when you can specify on one piece of hardware, optimization, is way better. But even in terms of marketing, I like that he brought that up. When you have an ad for a new Xbox game, whatever they have marketing rights to, you're going to show the X version. So do they have to run an asterisk, not visuals, not represented the Xbox Series S? Like,
true, like some fine print in the bottom of it or something.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely going to be a difference in visual. So, but again, we're the hardcore. The Xbox Series S isn't for us. I'm saying, unless it's a situation like
doesn't even exist.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I want it.
Yeah, but again, as like a side system that you might get on sale.
Yeah, I mean, when they dropped the Minecraft edition.
Yeah. Oh, you're
helping on that Minecraft edition.
Love those special editions.
They definitely gonna make one. They had one for didn't they have one for the 360? They had one for the 1S. They had one for the Series S.
I know they had it for the 1S. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is bringing me to a point because because we talk about it a lot. The only difference as far when it comes to the PS5, the only difference is one's discless and one's digital. As far as the specs go, it's the same, consistent throughout.
Yeah, which is gonna be interesting how they price it. Like, how do you justify $100 price difference just because one doesn't have a Blu-ray drive? You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
we'll see.
I'm hoping they do it that way.
I'm hoping they do too because they'll be more competitive. But
yeah, I saw they save $40 if they take out the drive. So
yeah. Mm-hmm. So they would be saving $40, but then they'd have to take another 60 in loss. So,
but would it count as a loss if the sales of the digital fly off the shelf?
Yeah, they get a bigger percentage of game sales and everything else.
Yeah.
So I mean, eventually, you're kind of hoping, right? If you're looking at it from a marketing standpoint, like if we market this digital, it's the same as the S, or maybe like at a $50 difference. You know what I mean? Like instead of making it, $300, make it $350, closer to $400.
I would say I don't think Sony has the pockets to.
No, I'm just saying, like, make it like, okay, let's say $399, right? $399, $400 side, right?
Yeah,
and then make the make the disk drive one, $450. I don't see why not. Like, I don't see the problem with, games going off the shelf at that point. I'm like, oh yeah, I got the $400, digital, and I'm getting games on game. You get the whole lineup at that point.
Yeah. I mean, there's different reasons people buy each system. You might just get one just because hey, I can get Game Pass, and it's the most cost-effective way to game.
I just feel like as long as it's a little cheaper than the actual, than the Series X, I think there will be no problem marginally for Sony. They just need to come cheaper.
I don't think they'll be able to do that.
I don't think so. Yeah, I agree.
The hardware is too expensive.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't know for sure, but I'm just saying. Let's say if they do that, right? I can see the sale of their games or their accessories kind of balancing it out.
True, but you have to understand, like, Sony even pricing the PS5 at 100, probably already taking a minor hit, whether it's 30.
Yeah.
True.
So for the high-end model, in my opinion, there's no other way it can't be $500. It's going to match up with the Xbox 100%. And on the lower end, they're going to say, well, hey, our diskless is still faster than that Series S by a good margin, So,
I mean, I wouldn't mind paying $450 for the digital either. You know what I mean? Like,
I think $450 is probably the more realistic price.
Yeah, for the digital. Yeah, I could see, like,
and if they do $400, that would be like, yeah, they will. That's the punch back at Microsoft.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
because then you can justify saying I have a more powerful console, also all digital, for only $100 more. But again, at 500, they're taking a hit. You take out the Blu-ray drive, and you're still taking a hit, bringing it down to 400. A good hit, so.
Yeah. I just don't see Sony doing that because you got to think PlayStation. That's their whole thing. Their video game. Microsoft can afford to take a hit because it's fucking Microsoft. It's a massive fucking company. Like the price that they did was a smack at PlayStation. That was a big smack in the face. Like, all right, let's see what you're gonna do.
Oh yeah, no, I don't.
Because whether we sell games or not, we got Game Pass that's blowing up. We just did this deal with EA, so you can expect even more fucking people. This was like we know how much it costs you to do this shit, and this money means nothing to us.
Yep, I'll be the first one to say that I was 100% wrong price. I thought there was no way it would be cheaper than.
I thought it was gonna be $605.
For what, the Xbox?
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah.
No, I had it between the 4 and the 5. I did not expect 300.
Oh, you're talking about PlayStation? Yeah. I was thinking for Xbox.
No, I was saying I'm talking Xbox.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's for a while. It's been rumored that there's gonna be a cheap console that wasn't powerful by like a good margin. So they can go balls to the walls on the higher end. I mean, it's a smart strategy, but
or maybe
the first time it's been done in gaming. There's never been a launch in gaming where you have a higher end and lower end console at the same time. It's usually
from one company. Yeah,
it just doesn't happen. So it's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, and the only price I know for PlayStation so far that's a guarantee is that $10,000 gold PS5, and
oh man,
no one's getting. I'm not getting that. I mean, that's the only price I know right now.
Compensated.
I saw that crazy ass shit. It's like, who the fuck?
Some billionaires. I'm like, hey,
yeah, right.
My gold PS5.
That's basketball players and shit right there.
That's Saudi Arabia money right there.
Saudi Arabia has an oil.
Pre-orders are up today.
You said what?
Pre-orders are up today.
What do you mean pre-orders are up today?
For that 24 karat gold PS5.
Oh, really?
Don't scare me like that.
Go ahead and set me up. I'll take two.
Yeah, can I put it on layaway?
Yeah, right. Y'all doing a payment plan?
They got payment. They take EBT.
They probably take unemployment points. Sure.
Shit.
But yeah. Okay. Do you have the other tweets? $? Billy. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. You saying the Tiger one?
No, there's some other tweets. I'll read these other tweets if you don't have them. It's fine. So Billy Khan on Twitter, the memory situation is a big issue on the S. The much lower amount of memory and the split memory banks will drastically slower speeds will be a major issue. Aggressively lowering rendering resolutions will marginally help, but will not completely counteract the deficiency. And continue to that. He was replying to someone saying, it really is, but I can't stop thinking about the fact that they released respect serve bottleneck granted transition into the next gen. Parentheses, granted transition into the next gen is always bottlenecked by last gen for a while until, they phase off those old consoles. But it's going to be 2 years until that happens. So
honestly, 2 years is a short time, though.
I mean, that's roughly like a third of a console lifespan. But yeah, I mean, after 2 years, Xbox players won't have to worry about last gen holding back, any game design or anything. But we'll see. We're saying all this, but at the end of the day, with this tech, who knows what they're able to achieve. But it is showing that some developers are coming out and saying this is gonna like hinder the higher end, and we'll see how that turns out. Because we all know there's not going to be any only for Xbox Series X.
I don't know, because
I don't know.
There's no way. You'd have too many pissed people with the Series S.
And you'd have Microsoft not giving a shit because they got their money.
Yeah, well, exactly.
So I can absolutely see some, or at least some mention that much better play or some better experience on the X. I absolutely see that.
Yeah, and that would be more than likely Microsoft making some type of investment in the game. Paying developers to say, hey, we need a Series X version, badass, and that will happen. I agree with you. That will 100%. Happen, and that will even be for third-party games. I wouldn't be surprised if. Oh yeah. PlayStation has a Call of Duty marketing deal, but that those things change. Let's say Xbox had that marketing deal and they're like, hey, we got money to throw around.
Well, I think instead of marketing, they're going to spend it on them scaling the game.
But how often are they going to do that? I'm sure it will happen, but
maybe for big titles like that, GTA, all the bigger third-party games, not so much the.
Well, hey, GTA and have marketing deal with PlayStation.
Oh yeah, exactly. Instead of spending on marketing, you're gonna spend it on paying them more to scale it for fucking both versions.
Yo, shout out Rick B in the chat saying, "Damn, Xbox looks like it's a literal box."
Hey, Rick B. Hey, shout out Rick B. Happy birthday to Rick B. By the way,
happy birthday to Rick B.
Happy birthday to that man. You know what I'm saying? Every week he changes who he roots for, but that's good. Happy birthday to you, bro. Have a great birthday.
It's a literal box.
All right. So let's move forward, guys.
Yeah, what you got for me?
I have some video from Digital Foundry, kind of nailing the coffin in. Were you guys able to check that out before we got live?
Oh, I watched some of it. I just want to see Lucida. I just want to see iTrip, fall on his face after this victory lap.
Oh, here we go.
So let's run the tape and see what they have to say at Digital Digital Foundry.
Run the tape.
Unreal Engine 5 demo running on PlayStation 5. That was running at 1440p already. It had like temporal upscaling to 4K. But it's already a demonstration that the GPU is being used in different ways and resolution is being mitigated in order to make new things possible.
There we go.
So how's all of this going to play out on the Series S?
That's a really good question.
And I'm happy that we've got that back with the Series S. I am concerned about its limitations, of course, potential limitations. The demos that we've seen so far look fantastic, but then again, a lot of the games are going to be leaning into the cross-gen side of things already. I'm not sure at what point we'll be beginning to see actual next-generation experiences and how the less capable GPU and how the lower memory is going to affect them.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I feel like Sony's shown us some vision of what we can expect with PS5 games, but Microsoft's first-party studios really haven't, they're not ready to show this stuff yet, so we really don't have a vision of what that might look like going forward. And that's going to be the real test, I think. I mean, cross-gen is all well and good, but what does this mean for actual like games that really push the envelope?
Definitely.
All right. So we're just gonna play that video. We played that video to again end the victory lap because we all know
you were getting too bold.
He was saying he's concerned. He's saying it ain't over. You guys are jumping the gun once again.
Sony got people biting their nails right now.
Click clack, click clack.
We like I'm getting dreams and stuff of like that pre-order email, man. I'm telling you, man, it's crazy. Every day you never know, you know. You might head to the bathroom and then pre-order drop. You're too late. It's yeah. I mean, to be honest, when it comes to unless you're a hardcore fan of a certain console, in all reality, like buying a console at launch isn't the best of a move. You buy
it usually never is.
Yeah, you're buying this box, right? You're getting the earliest software, right? So it might have bugs and kinks. Virtually barely any games. There might be one good. If you're lucky, you'll get one really solid game. Typically, most launch games are trash.
I didn't get a PS4 till 2016.
Yeah, for me it was what, 2015.
Yeah, no, I'm a ride or die. I got mine at launch.
Yeah, I got the one about maybe year and a half in. About a year in, almost a year in.
Yeah, I think I squeezed a little bit more out of my PS3 before I actually, made the jump.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm so excited. A lot of stuff gonna happen in the next 2 months. I can't wait for launch.
So, does that?
Oh, that's coming. That's up next. Well, I'll segue now to Cold War. We got some multiplayer footage.
Now, where's this? Now, what system does this gameplay come from, Nova?
The only system that's showing gameplay, right? PS5.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So we got.
So I don't expect this to look better on the one on the X, right?
Yeah. Hopefully, it might.
Third party, they will scale.
We'll see.
Big ass title like that, yeah.
I'm not gonna have to wait for it to load. I'll just start and it's on.
Yeah. I know I have plenty of friends to play with.
So do I. All right.
How many people have? Listen, more friends over here on this side. We got good 70 million more friends to play with.
This is the argument.
Don't worry, don't allow you guys to play with us again. So
this is the argument that I keep hearing. This is the argument I keep hearing from you Xbox guys. That's why we have an Xbox. We have the Xbox for the socialists. Guys always say we got games that we can play with our friends.
That's what it's all about.
So do we. But sometimes I don't want to play with my friends. Sometimes I want to play with myself, and
we have better
essentially
we're closer with. So we do want to play with our friends.
Essentially, every game that Xbox has, minus Halo, minus Gears of War, we can play with our friends too.
Titanfall and that one. No, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't played Crackdown.
You have to realize the Mountain Dew chugging 13-year-olds that would curse and say racist stuff. Those kids grew up. All right. Kids from Modern Warfare have grown up.
Oh my god, I know.
They play Fortnite on PC.
You said laptop. You said chug a Mountain Dew.
Game fuel.
Yo,
oh my god.
What is Mountain Dew? It's game fuel.
It really is
game fuel.
Yo, I'm tired.
The gas station, get some game fuel. Get pumped up.
Was that $2 for $3 at the gas station?
Let's talk about what we're looking at. I mean,
I'm looking at full optimization of the PS5 right now.
This is what like a first-person, shooter player. This is their dream right here to be looking at. It.
Damn,
I mean, there's a lot of cutscenes, but we know, Dallas, you could probably chime in a little more about this. So, what's the whole situation with Warzone transitioning into this game essentially, or picking up from that?
Ooh, they sure shit better.
Oh, I mean, I think they're still going to continue doing Warzone. They're just going to continue it being its own thing. But I think Cold War is going to have its own like zombies multiplayer and stuff.
Yes,
and also,
that's what it's.
It's going to be 120 FPS. They're promising 4K 120.
Yes,
the game's going to look real smooth.
But I'm hearing they might update Warzone to be like, or there's going to be like a map in Warzone that's like Cold War,
Yeah, I can see them doing that. Like, it's kind of like how Fortnite does it with every season. They change the entire map to kind of gear for that next season. So I could see a new game and then them upgrading their entire map to fit the aesthetic of what the game is now.
Yeah, like what if you buy Cold War and it allows you to play a new map? You know what I'm saying? And that'll be the they could just continue making Warzone better.
Yeah,
really.
I think like Treyarch or the developer FORZA is going to continue doing Warzone, but they're going to have like this cross progression thing where your rank and level will like transfer over to the Cold War's multiplayer.
Really? That's interesting, actually.
Yeah, they're calling it cross progression.
Wasn't that a thing with Destiny as well?
Yeah, but I think it was a limited amount of time.
So it's kind of similar. This is like, if you're like rank 55, like top rank in multiplayer, you don't have to grind all the way up to like rank 55 again. Like you start off in Black Ops Cold War as rank 55, which I don't know how I feel about that, because I feel like part of multiplayer experience is like grinding up those ranks.
Right?
Trip, how do you feel about this game?
I'm hella excited for it. Only reason I play Call of Duty is for zombies, and I finally get some new zombies. I just deleted Black Ops 4 because when they confirmed it, when I saw some zombie gameplay, I was like, oh yeah. Actually, that's not true. I played a couple games before I installed it. But yeah, I'm so psyched. This is going to be great. I'll teach you guys to play zombies. I'm sure it'll be cross-platform again, so you guys can learn.
Okay, you excited to play with your friends?
Oh, sure. You shitting me? Of course. You got too fucking many. The problem is who joins the party first. First come, first serve. That's just how it goes.
To be honest, now that I think about it, when the first time I played zombies on Black Ops, that was actually one thing I did. Thinking all the way back then, or it feels like a long time. That was a time I definitely crossplay, because I remember at that point Xbox was getting all the exclusive maps, on the 360, and whether it was a week or a month before us.
Month,
but
still the same.
funny enough, I couldn't find people to play with, and a lot of people that I was friends with were playing Zombie Xbox. And man, I wish there was a way I could play with them.
Yeah,
It's cool.
what was the first zombies? World War II, right? Nazi zombies.
Well, no, first Zombies was World at War.
Oh, World at War. That's right.
Yeah, that's the one that brought me over. I hated Modern Warfare. I was still stuck on Halo for a hot minute. I didn't fuck with Call of Duty yet till World at War dropped. That was the one back when I was still playing campaigns. I played that campaign, beat that shit in a night, and
hey, if you like campaigns, come over to.
No. That was for zombies. I heard you got zombies after, and that was worth it. That was the only time it was worth it.
We got AAA rated campaigns over here.
Honestly, I'm sure I will try. Once they drop the digital one cheaper, I'm sure I'll get one. Because I do want to. Y'all got a few stealth games I want to try out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Do my ears deceive me? Really?
Stealth games. I'm telling you, that's the only single player games I fuck with. Is stealth games.
Okay. You know, there's hope for you yet, my son.
That's what my friends aren't on. You know, don't hold me over.
I got you.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. I know you said first one you got back to like Call of Duty with was you said what was it? World War?
World at War? Yeah.
I know you said you didn't like Modern Warfare, and that's fine. I don't want to hear no Modern Warfare 2 slander.
No, Modern Warfare 2 was fire. Yeah, that's my first time enjoying Activision version.
Yeah.
Modern Warfare 2 was fire. That was when we were squatted, bro. Holy shit.
What was the sawn off shotgun in MW2?
I mean, I remember there was the 1880 whatever's 1880s.
Yes, akimbo that gun.
The akimbo, that was cheap. That was like the god gun. Like it was stupid. Yeah, I remember that whack ass shit.
That Commando Pro
all day.
Commando Pro lightweight with the Magnum, with the 50 cal Magnum or the 45 Magnum.
MP5, bro. You were godlike with the MP5, and there's no fall damage. Are you shitting me?
Oh yeah. What was that perk called?
Well, Commando Pro.
No.
It was all about the ACR and
the ACR
the
silence
camping.
God, yeah, the ACR was that gun. That was Headshot City, bro. On Terminal. Good God.
Yeah.
Terminal. I was a huge fan of like a ACOG scoped AUG.
The AUG was fire too. People were sleeping on that shit. I don't know. Yeah, all these. I'm getting all these motherfuckers going.
P90 was decent. I feel like P90 was better in campaign than it was online.
I actually didn't play that campaign. That was
So the campaign was fire.
That's what everyone said.
No Russian mission?
No. Oh no. Okay, I said I did that though. Where you in the terminal, you light the place up and then they blame you.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that was wild. That was.
Nah, I always hate that.
I literally played it just for that too. I heard about that shit. I was like, all right, I'll get to that point. Then I'm gonna stop fucking with it.
How frustrated we all used to get when the game abruptly ended because someone got the nuke.
Oh right, because you were getting served, but it didn't feel that way. But it happened.
I'd be so tight.
Oh my God!
We have to say who's the best player among all of us right now.
Oh, it's definitely me.
Okay. And what, Call of Duty?
Definitely me. Definitely.
I'm not too good in the multiplayer, but I'm a god in zombies, so I'm better than every single one of you in zombies, but you might be better than me in multiplayer.
I'm ass at zombies. I'm not gonna lie. The rebuilding, I just.
Oh, I see. That's the thing. You have to delegate. You know, like who does what. You know what I mean? You have to delegate.
Zombies. There's one rule: stay the fuck out of my room. That is the one rule. I'll pick you up if you fall down. Just stay the fuck out of my room.
I get that, but tell me if I'm wrong though. There's usually you delegate. You know, like okay, one guy is gonna focus on rebuilding, and then you maybe have like two guys shooting, two guys rebuilding, or three guys shooting. One guy.
You see, you're doing it wrong. You don't rebuild. You let them come in and you kite them around. You don't let them. No. You don't want to waste your time building. I will build all the shields. I will do all the set up the Pack-a-Punch. I'll do everything. Just stay alive and stay the hell out of my room.
You sound like you don't play with friends. You sound like you play by yourself.
Oh no, I mean, because some people are trash, so you gotta know how to do everything. Because I play with the trashiest of trash, like bro, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, well, all the best of the best play on PlayStation. Just
was
like
Terminal the map where you there was like with the bus, right? And you start off, there's like that lava pit.
Well, no. Yeah, the airport hangar, yeah.
What was that zombies map in?
Transit, where you can use the bus. You build the bus, put the bus together. And bro.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I hated that. And then you missed the bus, you were screwed.
Yo, I played that game so much that I would hear that bus honking and hear that fucking cocksucker bus driver spinning around. I could hear that shit like at work. I was like, yo, I'm bugging. Like, oh my god, I need to stop playing this game.
Were you the guy to be like, yo, the bus is here. We all gotta go.
Eventually, you learn how to get you don't need the bus. The bus will slow you down once you really learn your map. Like,
wasn't there like a strategy where you like run?
Yeah, you just run and you punch the monkeys, beat the shit out of those little bastards.
Punch the monkeys.
Hell yeah, you get the goblin knuckles and you just one punch them bitches for like, or two punch them for a hot minute. Yo, yeah. I'm telling you. When I play zombies, I do it right.
This is a small disclaimer. We at the Insomniacs Gaming Podcast do not condone nor merit any form of monkey punching whatsoever.
Oh no, don't punch real monkeys. Only in the games, yo. Yeah, if you're gonna hurt animals, play video games and do it. Don't do it in real life. If you're gonna kill people, play GTA. It's more fun there because you get to keep doing it.
Yo.
Yeah.
I cannot.
Oh man, that was great.
So yeah, guys, I was thinking, we're approaching 90 minutes. I thought this week we'd wrap it up pretty soon. I know next week you know what? I will die on this hill right now.
Oh goodness.
Next episode there will be PlayStation will have revealed their price for a fact. We will be talking about it next week at the Insomniacs. Catch us live 7 o'clock next time.
7 o'clock.
Oh, and I just want to say something. Sorry about last week who couldn't make it. We had some panel members who couldn't join, and we figured to wait and see what's going on and come back at you guys following week. So that's what happened. But yeah, expect us every Thursday, 7 o'clock sharp. We will be going live. Before we get to our outros, any last minute predictions on these prices? This is the last time we get to speculate before next show because it will come out.
All right,
I'm gonna start off $500 for the disc version, $450 for the discless. Anyone?
Bastard. I was gonna say the same thing.
I think $550 for the disc, $500 for discless.
I'm gonna say 500 and 400.
Oh, okay. So you both are going kind of. You're going for higher than the Xbox Trip, and you're going for $100 gap.
Yeah, because like if you think about it, like back when they announced the PS4 and the Xbox One, supposedly like when they heard that the Xbox One was $500. And they announced that the PS4 was going to be $400. So they went nuts. They're like, oh, yeah, we did it. So I feel like they're going to try to do that again. They're going to try to undercut.
Yeah. And
they did too, yeah.
No, they definitely did. And
damn, history might repeat itself.
I think it's not so hard if that's the case, right? If the digital, all digital is $400, yeah, you have to convince someone to spend an extra $100, but if you can sell the performance for $100 more, I mean, I think people will definitely bite. But again, it's going to be interesting because, besides, Nintendo consoles, you really don't see it's been a while since you've seen a console under $400 for the last couple of generations. So even the PS4, I believe. I mean PS2. I'm sorry.
Hold on, repeat that point. I think you cut out in the middle of that.
Oh, I was saying the PS2, I believe. Actually looked this up. $400. Oh no, I'm wrong. The PS2 was actually $300. So that was the last time we saw a mainline console come out for this price point. And
if you factor in inflation, that's like $450.
Exactly. I was glad you brought that up. So yeah, next week will be an interesting episode. We saw what Microsoft has. They put their chips on the table, and everyone's looking at Sony right now. Their move. So yeah. With that note, I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys speak your piece. Cool Hand, go ahead.
Yo, you guys can find me on IG and Twitter currently at Cool Hand Cruise. Working on the Twitch page and working on some YouTube content, but very much in the beta phase still.
All right. Trip, what's going on, man? Where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter at iTrip7. And I promise to start using it.
Yeah, man, you got to change your profile pic.
What is it?
It's nothing.
Generic.
Oh, shit.
You got it. $. What's up, man? Where can they find you?
Yeah, so just finished Ghost of Tsushima. Just beat the main campaign. It was amazing. Nova, Cool Hands, when you guys beat it, we gotta talk about how you feel about the game.
All right.
You guys can find me at SoundCloud. C _$.
Ooh, on SoundCloud.
On SoundCloud. Catch me on SoundCloud.
My guy.
Mix, okay.
Nah.
We're music lovers here at the Insomniacs podcast. I support that.
All about it.
No YouTube channel, but you get a SoundCloud. Sorry, that was funny. You definitely caught me. All right, guys. Well, on that note, catch us next week. Same time, same place. No, not same time. 7:00. Catch us here. We enjoy rocking out with y'all every week. CC should be back with us next week, or he will be back with us. So yeah, we'll catch y'all next.
Don't sleep.